Hey everybody, how's it going? Thanks for stopping by my channel. I'm Danielle LaRocca and I'm here to talk to you. Today we are going to be going over my brush collection and what are my favorites, what are the brushes that I don't really like, and what brushes do I use for what. So if you want to see, go ahead and stay tuned. Okay, so I've collected a lot of brushes over the years, especially now that I'm doing face painting and stuff as well. But before we start, this case for my brushes is super cool. I don't know how I've never not had one of these, and I will show you what it does. It's super cool. I got it on Amazon. I'll link it in my description below. So it's like a, you know, like a CD case kind of thing. I mean, if you know what a CD case is, because I know a lot of younger people never had CDs. It's like a case and it, you know, it zippers. But this one in particular, you fold it in half. You fold like the bottom or the top and you bring it to the bottom, and then it has these snaps that you snap together on each side, and then it sits on your counter. And then you can just grab your brushes, and then when you're done, you just unhook it and you fold it back up. It's really cool. Sorry, but I just was really excited about it and wanted to share. So let's hop into this video because it might be a long one since it is my collection. I'm gonna start with the big face brushes, or what I've used for face brushes. The first brush, which is probably my favorite, is from Real Techniques. This is what this one looks like. I use this as a bronzer brush. I love this brush. It's lasted me a while, except for the handle is kind of deteriorating, but I would definitely buy this again. The next brush that I have is one of my Jeffree Star brushes. This is the Jeffree Star X Morphe, and this is the JS2. I only really use this face brush when I like do my eyeshadow, because I do my eyeshadow after I put on my foundation most of the time, and if I have some fallout, I'll just wipe it away. That's what I used this one for today, and that's what I usually do. So that's what I use this for. This brush is also from Real Techniques. I thought it was super cute. I don't know if you can really see, but it like looks like a unicorn horn, and this used to be colorful. It was like rainbow, the brush. I will use this for bronzer when I want to like do more of a contour, because it does have that edge top to it. I really like this brush. I just wish the handle was a little bit thicker, and I kind of wish this was a little bit bigger, but it is what it is, and I probably don't think I will be buying this one again. The next one that I got is, I got a mystery box from Unicorn Cosmetics. This brush was in one of the boxes. It has, again, like a unicorn horn, really cool, and then this one has a really interesting build to it. It's like flat and then it kind of goes out. So I personally use this for my liquid foundation. So I have a foundation called, what's it called? It's from the Balm Cosmetics, and it's called Even Steven, and it's like a whipped foundation. So I will use that foundation with this brush, and that's what I'm wearing today. I feel like this brush works really great with that kind of consistency, like a whipped foundation. So I love this brush. My next favorite brush that I use all the time is my Morphe R6 brush. It's like a big flat brush, and I use this for most all of my foundation. If I don't feel like using a beauty blender, I will use this. I'll use it with liquid, I'll use it with cream stick foundation, I'll use it with, you know, all kinds of foundation. I will use this, and I really, really like it. Next, I have 3 fan brushes, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't usually use fan brushes. The first one that I got, this is a Smashbox brush, and it came in a set, and I found the set at Nordstrom Rack. It's a store here in California. It's like Nordstrom, but it's, I guess, cheaper. I got that in that one. And then I also got a fan brush in my Unicorn Cosmetics mystery box. And then I got a fan brush when I bought the ColourPop set. This is the ColourPop F6 brush. I'll use fan brushes for my nose if I'm doing highlight. Other than that, don't really use fan brushes. These are probably like the least use brushes, the least used brushes that I have. The next fluffy brushes I have, most of them are ColourPop, and then I have one Mary Kay brush. I used to love the Mary Kay brushes. This is a powder brush, but I've just accumulated so many brushes that now I'm kind of just using this one for when I do prosthetics. When I use liquid latex and I need to put my setting powder over it, I'll use this because then the brush gets ruined and then I can just throw it away. So I don't really care about this one in particular anymore. Great brush, but I just don't have a use for it anymore. Then I have the ColourPop F1. I haven't really used this, to be honest. So if my Real Techniques or Jeffree Star one kind of goes bad, then I'll probably grab for this one. Then I have these other two from ColourPop. This is the ColourPop F3. I have used this for bronzer because it's a little bit bigger than my Unicorn Cosmetics one. Or I'm sorry, it's a little bit bigger than the Real Techniques one that I have. So I'll use this one as well. It's a great brush. And then the ColourPop F2. You can tell I haven't really used this one. I'll probably end up using this as a blush brush, to be honest, because I only use one brush right now for blush, and we'll get to that because it's my favorite brush. Now, some other group of brushes that I have. I'm trying to do these in groups just so this video doesn't take forever. The Jeffree Star JS3. Don't really use this. It's kind of a weird brush. I might use it for bronzer, contour. Other than that, don't really know. Maybe I'll use it for my special effects. The JS4, I love this brush. I use this for highlight. Super cute. I love it. This brush, this is my Morphe R13. Again, I love this brush as well. I use this for my setting powder. You know, setting powder under the eyes or nose, Cupid's bow, or chin. I love this brush. Then I have the ColourPop F4. It's like a flat top. It's like a little foundation brush. I haven't used this yet, but I do plan on using it. And then again, in the Smashbox set that I had, I got this foundation brush as well. I used to use this all the time. I love it. I still love it, but I just have other foundation brushes that I use more in place. But yeah, I really like how some of the hairs are taller than others. It's a great brush and it's lasted me a while. Granted, the picture used to be flowers and stuff on here. That all came off. And then I also have the ColourPop F5. I've used this a little bit for powder as well, like setting powder. So I have quite a few brushes I use for setting powder, and this is one of them. Okay, my next set of brushes that I'm gonna go over, I'm gonna talk about them all together because I did a Amazon haul video for face paint and I got a set of like 20 brushes. And I said in the video that I don't think I'm gonna be disappointed. They look really great. Well, yeah, that has changed. A lot of the brushes have fallen apart on me. They're not made very well. So I use some of them already and I've thrown them away because I'll use liquid latex, and again, liquid latex will ruin your brushes. So I use brushes that I don't care about, which are most of these. These are the Emax Design brushes. I will maybe put that in my description below just so you guys know which ones I'm talking about. I do not recommend these. If you do have this or do want to buy them for some reason, there are a couple of brushes in here that I do kind of like. There is, you know, the spoolie for your eyebrows or your mascara. It's just a spoolie. So that's a good one to have. Their biggest brush in the bunch, this is their foundation brush. This is a good one. I've used this quite a few times. I'm probably just gonna keep this for face paint for large areas. And then this brush is probably my favorite and I've used it quite a bit. It's like this tapered, really big fluffy brush. And I use this for getting up into my crease sometimes or in my outer corner. But other than that, these brushes are not that great. Like the tops come off. They were just made pretty cheap, even though they feel really nice. They just aren't really lasting for me. So I'm slowly using these with my liquid latex, and when, you know, I'm doing things where brushes will get ruined, so then I can just kind of throw them away. Now let's talk about like my favorite brushes. This is my MAC 129 brush. I use this for my blush. I have had this brush since high school. I was a freshman in 2002. Yeah, I graduated high school in 2006, and I have had this brush ever since. I believe I got this when I was a freshman. I am now almost 33 years old. I love this brush. It is my favorite. It has lasted me forever, and it's amazing. So if MAC still makes this, I highly recommend it. My 3 favorite brushes from Jeffree Star is the JS7. This is the eyebrow brush, so it has a flat edge side, and then it has a spoolie. And then these 2 eye fluffy brushes is JS6 and JS5. So you have a big fluffy brush and you have a smaller fluffy brush. I really like these for blending. They're amazing. And then I have, I don't know if I can read all of these anymore. This is the MAC 2, I want to say 39 or 89. It's just an eyeshadow brush. I use this on my lid. This was white, but it has since been stained pink. Here is another MAC brush. This is MAC 242, I believe. It's another eyeshadow brush that I use on my lid. And then I use the Morphe M321. This is their bullet crease brush. It's amazing. I use this to get up into my crease. And then this, my husband bought me this set of brushes. I believe it's called Boston World. I don't know if he got it on Amazon. I don't know if he got it in like a store, but they came with all of these brushes, and my favorite one out of all of them, this is the only brush that I use for my under lash line. It's a great skinny, great size, and it's edged. I love it. I use it all the time when I do color under my lashes. It's like the perfect brush. So I hope it never fails. From Smashbox and that kit that I was saying that I got at Nordstrom, it's just a fluffy blending brush. I really like it. It's lasted me a while. And then let's just go over all the rest of these brushes. I really like the brushes that come in the Anastasia Beverly Hills. I find that some I like more than others. One already broke on me, but I use that side anyway for my lid. And then, yeah, because they're double-ended. So the flat side I use for my lid and the fluffy side I use for blending. So I have about 3 or 4 of those. I have a couple concealer brushes, which I use occasionally. The ColourPop E3 I use for concealer, and then my Boston World number 10 concealer brush is what it's called. And that is what those look like. And then also from ColourPop is the E4 brush, and I also use this as concealer as well. Some brushes that I use for my lid, we're almost done guys, is I have these brushes. They all work really well, and some of them I use, some of them I don't. We got, let's see, 2 from BH Cosmetics. BH Cosmetics is amazing. They are cheap, very, very affordable, but the quality is pretty good. So if you need brushes, these are some great ones to have. This one is a Sephora brush that I got. This is the Small Shadow brush, number 15, I believe, from Sephora. I use that on my lid. I got one in the kit from the Smashbox thing that I keep mentioning, and then the Boston World that my husband got me. Those brushes are pretty good. And then I have from ColourPop this edged brush for my eyebrows. This is the E6. I don't really use this one. I like the Jeffree Star more. And then also ColourPop, these brushes is E5, E1, and E2. This one I'll use for blending. This is the E2, so I'll use that for blending. The E5 I will use kind of like the bullet crease brush from Morphe, is I'll put it in my crease or my outer corner. And then another great blending brush is the ColourPop E1. That's what that looks like. And then I got this brush, I believe from Sephora. I'm not really sure, but it's a fluffy edged brush. And I use this for my brow bone. If I want to put some shimmer up there, I'll use that. And then here is another one from the Boston World. This is the eyeshadow brush 2, number 8. So it's a big eyeshadow brush. It's very big and fluffy. So that's it for my everyday makeup brushes. Now I'll go over my face paint brushes, which won't take me very long at all. So the two brushes that I don't like, this came in my Blue Squid palette. They're very cheap, they're very flimsy. I don't use these very much. The hairs get kind of split. So these are kind of like my backup brushes, but I don't really like them. And the brushes that I rave about, and I will link them below, it's called Paint Pal by Silly Farm. I got this set of 6. They come with every size that you can possibly need for face paint. I'll probably end up buying another set because I love them so much, but you have a big brush for large areas. I also use this one for larger areas as well. It's called the Big Drop. The names kind of don't make sense on their brushes, so you can use them for whatever. These, actually 4 brushes, are like detail brushes. You have a really, really small one right here on the end that I use for like line work in really small spaces. And then all the 3 other ones over on this side, it's kind of the same thing. I'll use them for line work, getting really close to a line, or filling in a little bit larger of spaces, but they're amazing. I highly recommend these brushes for face paint. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you like what you see, please give me a thumbs up, and I would love to hear your comments down below. Don't forget to check out my other videos on the sides, and I would love it if you would be part of my family, and please subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye guys.